Okay, we're going to work on the acid test lab right now. So you'll notice that we're talking about, it's referencing coral reefs and how climate change, when things like carbon dioxide gases get into the water, how that might affect the coral reefs. And we know that that carbon dioxide getting into the water makes the water more acidic. So what we want to do today is take a look at how those acids might react with something like a coral reef. We don't have a coral reef, so we're going to use eggshells to test that material, okay? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cross off here where it says ammonia and dish soap. I added those in, but when I reread it, I don't think we need them. So cross those off. On the back, you're going to write a variable or hypothesis. So how will the acidity level of a liquid affect shells? You're going to write a hypothesis for that and your variables, okay? All right, so here's our setup. I've got 3 jars, one labeled vinegar, one labeled orange juice, one labeled water, and all 3 of them have a hard-boiled egg in them. Okay, so we're going to start by adding the liquids to these, and then we're going to cover them, and then we're going to come back to them tomorrow and see what happens. So just be watching as we add the liquid to see if you notice any reaction. So here's the water. Okay, that's it. That's the water. So we're going to put that one aside. And then, I am adding a half a cup of each type of liquid here so that we can keep that constant. Here's the vinegar. All right, so I'm going to add the vinegar to the egg. Notice the reaction there. Leave it there for an extra minute just so you can kind of see what's happening. That's the vinegar egg. Kind of make note of what you see. Look at what's covering the egg and kind of moving through the water there. Notice that the eggshell in water has none of that. So just back onto the vinegar one for a quick second. It's actually kind of cool how it's floating around in that jar. All right, I gotta rinse my cup out a little bit. And keep watching the vinegar while I get the orange juice ready, okay? All right, so put that one aside. We're gonna move to the orange juice egg here. All right, I'm gonna pour the orange juice in. All right, now, unfortunately, because orange juice is orange, we can't really see much going on in there. You kind of see a few bubbles moving through the juice in there. I'm just moving it a little bit to see if we can see anything going on there. Not too much. There's the vinegar egg one more time. And the water egg. All right, so I'm going to seal these 3 jars up. I've got 3 of them right here. I'm going to put their lids on them, and I'm going to put them aside. And then we're going to check back in tomorrow. Actually, if we look at them from the front, you can see that vinegar egg, kind of its reaction there versus the water egg versus what we can see of the orange juice egg. All right, so when we come back tomorrow, we are going to take the shells out. We're going to see what kind of observations we can make for them. I know this is an experiment that would be way better in person. If you have this stuff at home, try it if you want. If you've got vinegar, orange juice, and water, you could do it yourself along with me and see if what kind of results you get and what the eggs actually feel like. What you might be able to see the results in person. It might be kind of cool. So to check back tomorrow, and I will post part 2, and part 2 will be sort of the results, and then we'll also test the acidity of each of these liquids. I brought home my pH test strip, so I will test the acidity for you tomorrow. Okay? All right, check back tomorrow. Bye.